Hi, today I am going to explain to you about t-distribution. First, we are going to talk about the history. An English statistician worked for the brewery of Guinness. He developed a method to select the best yielding variety of barley. Gossip found big sample tedious, so he extracts small sample. Guinness policy does not allow to sign the paper with your own name, so the distribution becomes student T. Now, about the fact of student T distribution. 1. Student T is the biggest breakthrough in statistic. 2. Student T has small samples with unknown variance. 3. It is like normal distribution but have better tail. Now, this is the difference between normal distribution graph and t-distribution graph. T-distribution has fat tails, which allows for a higher dispersion of variable, as there is more uncertainty. Now, we are going to talk about the formula of student t-distribution. I will let my boyfriend to explain about the formula.
Suppose we are about to draw a random sample of n observations from a normally distributed population. We've previously learned that the quantity x bar minus mu over sigma over the square root of n has the standard normal distribution, and we typically label that with the letter z. Previously, we've used this notion to construct a confidence interval for the population mean mu. But in practice we encounter a problem, and that problem is we don't know the value of the population standard deviation sigma. Sigma is a parameter, the standard deviation for the entire population, and we don't typically know its value, so we can't use that value in a formula. So we do the next best thing, and instead of using the population standard deviation, we're going to use our sample standard deviation to estimate it. And then we're going to have a statistic x bar minus mu over s over the square root of n, where s is our sample standard deviation. But something very fundamental has changed here. Sigma is a constant, but we don't know its value, so we use s, which is a statistic. And this statistic s has a sampling distribution, and it would vary from sample to sample. And so this quantity down here would no longer have the standard normal distribution. And we call this quantity, or we label it, as t, because it has a t distribution.